The Ford Mustang, an American icon, a symbol of power and freedom on the open road. But, do you know all the dark secrets this legend hides? Prepare to discover the dark side of the Mustang that no one has ever revealed. The Ford Mustang was officially launched in April 1964, marking a revolutionary moment in the American automotive industry. Ford focused on a car that combined sporty performance, bold design, and an affordable price for a young audience passionate about speed. The idea was to create a vehicle that wasn't just a means of transportation, but a symbol of freedom, rebellion, and lifestyle, capable of attracting a new generation of drivers seeking something beyond the ordinary. Right from its launch, the Mustang caused a real sensation on the streets and at dealerships. In just a few hours, thousands of orders were placed, something unprecedented in the company's history. Its unique combination of sporty design with sleek and aggressive lines, paired with robust and versatile mechanics, quickly won the hearts of Americans. The Mustang became more than just a car. It became a cultural icon featured in movies, music, and popular imagination. Images and videos from that time clearly show the public's enthusiasm. The streets filled with Mustangs of different colors and versions, while TV commercials highlighted the freedom the car provided. Ford knew it had created something special, a pony car that combined power and affordability like no other model on the market. In just a few months, the Mustang not only boosted Ford's sales but also redefined the entire compact sports car segment. This fame and popularity quickly became established, turning the Mustang into a symbol of 1960s American culture, a time of social transformation and innovation. It came to represent the young, adventurous, and bold spirit, influencing generations and remaining to this day one of the most desired and admired cars in the world. But, like every legend, behind this overwhelming success lie lesser-known stories that reveal a darker side few dare to tell. Despite its legendary fame and overwhelming success in its early decades, the Ford Mustang was not free from controversies and technical problems that shook its reputation over the years. Some Mustang generations faced serious faults that not only caused trouble for owners but also brought major challenges for Ford. These technical failures, in some cases, resulted in massive recalls and a temporary distrust from fans who had been loyal to the model until then. One of the most notorious cases occurred in the 1990s when the Mustang went through a troubled phase. The 1994 model, for example, was marked by engine and transmission system problems that generated a series of complaints and lawsuits against Ford. Automotive experts at the time pointed out that the V6 engine design that year had structural defects, causing overheating and unexpected failures, which forced Ford to bear high repair and recall costs in an attempt to fix the damage. There is no shortage of testimonies from owners who faced these problems. Many report that the car, which was supposed to be a symbol of performance and reliability, became a source of frustration and unexpected expenses. I bought a '94 Mustang full of expectations, but after just a few months, the engine started showing faults that the dealership took a long time to fix. It was a nightmare, said an owner who preferred to remain anonymous. Specialized mechanics also confirmed that these models had recurring failures in key components such as the fuel pump and electrical system. These defects had a real impact on the Mustang's image, especially because until then it was seen as an almost perfect car within the muscle car segment. Images and videos from that time show long lines of cars at dealerships, queues for repairs, and even protests from dissatisfied customers. All of this was far from the glamorous and powerful image the Mustang sought to project. Moreover, other important recalls over the decades also joined the list of Mustang controversies. From brake system problems to defects in the airbag system, several versions of the car faced technical challenges that cost Ford dearly, and above all, affected consumer trust. These technical failures showed that behind the power and imposing design, there was a more fragile and complex side that many fans prefer to ignore. Did you know that in 1994 the Mustang almost drove Ford to bankruptcy? Although a strong statement, many experts agree that the problems with that generation nearly seriously compromised the company's finances, forcing it to revise designs and invest heavily in improvements to regain lost prestige. Although the Ford Mustang is admired for its power and performance, this strength has often turned into a real risk on streets and highways, especially for less experienced drivers. Over the decades, several serious accidents involving Mustangs caught the attention of the media and society, creating a controversial reputation for the car, which, despite being a symbol of freedom, also became synonymous with danger for many. One factor contributing to these accidents is precisely the high performance of some Mustang models, such as the Shelby GT500 and other versions equipped with powerful engines that can easily exceed 500 horsepower. For amateur drivers, controlling all that power at high speeds requires skill, experience, and responsibility, qualities not everyone possesses. The unfortunate result has been numerous stories of fatal collisions and impressive accidents that left deep scars. One of the most famous cases was an accident in the late 90s involving a modified Mustang GT that was speeding on a busy highway. The car lost control on a curve, collided with other vehicles, and caused several fatalities. At the time, the accident made headlines in newspapers and television programs, sparking a debate about the risks of powerful sports cars in the hands of inexperienced drivers. Old reports featured alarming headlines like Ford Mustang, Power That Kills, or When the Dream Turns Tragic. Interviews with victims' families revealed the devastating emotional impact caused by these accidents, highlighting that behind the Mustang's fame and glamour, there are real stories of pain and loss. In some cases, even professional drivers expressed concern about the model, describing it as a car for those who really know what they're doing. This bad reputation solidified in some circles, making the Mustang seen not only as a high-performance car but also as a symbol of danger and recklessness behind the wheel. Uncontrolled power became a warning to manufacturers, traffic authorities, and consumers themselves, who began demanding more safety and responsibility in using these vehicles. Despite this, many fans remain passionate about the Mustang, arguing that the problem lies not in the car but in how it is used. After all, with great power comes great responsibility, and in the Mustang's case, this lesson often comes from the harsh experience of the accidents that marked its history. The Ford Mustang, despite its cultural significance and iconic status, has not escaped controversies, especially regarding the environmental impact caused by its powerful engines, particularly the traditional V8s. For decades, these engines have been synonymous with strength and speed, but also with high fuel consumption and intense pollutant emissions. With increasing environmental awareness in recent decades, this characteristic has become the target of strong criticism. Environmentalists and sustainability experts point out that the Mustang, as a representative of muscle cars, symbolizes a model of excessive consumption and pollution that sharply contrasts with current demands for cleaner and more efficient cars. The fame of the V8 engine, with its unmistakable roar and aggressive performance, has become a point of contention. For many, it is a machine that celebrates wastefulness and worsens the problem of climate change. Beyond the environmental impact, the Mustang also faces social and cultural criticism. To some people, it is seen as a symbol of ostentation, showiness, and even recklessness on the streets. Especially in large cities, muscle cars like the Mustang are often associated with illegal street racing, excessive noise, and dangerous behavior, which contributes to a negative image among parts of the population and traffic authorities. This association creates a paradox for the model: loved by many, hated or feared by others. On the other hand, Mustang fans and enthusiasts defend their passion fiercely. To them, the car is a work of engineering that combines art, power, and history, and should not be reduced solely to criticisms about consumption or driver behavior. Some argue that the real problem lies not in the Mustang itself, but in the irresponsible use that certain people make of the vehicle. Furthermore, they point out that Ford has invested in more modern and sustainable versions, such as the Mustang Mach-E, an electric car that tries to renew the brand for the future. Comments from automotive critics reflect this duality. While they acknowledge the environmental impact of older Mustang generations, they also admire Ford's efforts to adapt to new demands and the emotional appeal the car still holds for thousands of people worldwide. Thus, the Mustang remains a controversial figure, a symbol both of rebellion and freedom and of environmental and social problems, reflecting the complex changes society faces regarding mobility and sustainability. Beyond the glamour and controversies surrounding the Ford Mustang, there are countless curious facts and little-known secrets that reveal another facet of this legendary car. Some rare models, for example, almost got discontinued for reasons many fans still don't know. These behind-the-scenes stories show how, behind the apparent success, the Mustang's journey had delicate moments and controversial decisions within Ford. A striking case was the Mustang Boss 429, one of the most coveted cars by collectors. Produced in very limited numbers between 1969 and 1970, the Boss 429 was created for NASCAR race homologation, and its production was almost halted due to the high costs and technical complexity of its massive engine. By a narrow margin, this version became a legend, and today the few existing units are true treasures for those who understand the matter. Another interesting secret is linked to the secret versions and illegal modifications that circulated among enthusiasts and underground workshops over the years. Often, Mustang owners resorted to illegal tweaks to further boost engine power or modify the design to escape factory standards. These alterations, though risky, are part of the muscle car underground culture and add to the mystery surrounding the Mustang. Behind the scenes at Ford, there are accounts from engineers and designers who secretly worked on projects that never reached the market, whether due to costs, regulatory issues, or strategic decisions. Some of these prototypes and concepts are so rare they have become urban legends among collectors and experts. Small technical secrets, like hidden details in the dashboard design or innovative solutions in specific parts, went unnoticed by the general public but are true treasures for aficionados. For example, the first-generation Mustang had an interesting hood design feature that helped improve engine cooling, a subtle detail few notice but that shows Ford's care in combining style and functionality. Another little-known secret is the existence of versions with very specific trim options, produced only for restricted markets, making these units rare collectibles worth fortunes today. These facts show that the Mustang is much more than a popular car. It is a universe of stories, technicalities, and mysteries that fuel the passion of fans, collectors, and curious minds around the world, keeping the flame of this icon alive even after so many decades. Today, the Ford Mustang has undergone a significant transformation that reflects not only technological changes but also new market and societal demands. The arrival of the Mustang Mach-E, the fully electric version of the classic muscle car, represents a bold bet by Ford to modernize the brand and adapt to the era of sustainable mobility. This new model, which breaks with the tradition of loud V8 engines, aims to attract a younger and more conscious audience without abandoning the sporty identity that made the Mustang famous. However, the transition was neither simple nor free of controversy. Many traditional Mustang fans view the Mach-E with suspicion, questioning whether an electric car can truly carry the legacy of power and excitement that has characterized the model since the 1960s. On the other hand, automotive critics and environmentalists have welcomed the initiative as an important step toward the renewal and survival of the Mustang in a world increasingly focused on sustainability and technological innovation. In addition to the Mach-E, Ford continues to produce traditional Mustang versions, with powerful engines and designs that respect tradition. But the brand is increasingly attentive to challenges involving safety, fuel consumption, and emissions, seeking to correct past mistakes and minimize the risks that have accompanied the muscle car for so long. New driver assistance technologies, improvements in safety systems, and efforts to make cars more efficient are part of this redemption strategy. Experts point out that, although the Mustang has evolved greatly, it still carries some ghosts of its darker past. Technical problems have not completely disappeared, and the risks associated with excessive power remain a constant concern for both Ford and consumers. Passionate fans, however, argue that the Mustang is more than its flaws. It is a passion, a cultural symbol that reinvents itself without losing its essence. Testimonials from experts, collectors, and critics reflect this duality. Some admire Ford's courage to innovate and reinvent itself, while others warn of the need for responsibility and caution to avoid repeating the mistakes that nearly destroyed the brand's reputation in past decades. In short, today's Mustang stands at a crossroads. Will it overcome its dark side and establish itself as an icon of the future, or will it remain trapped in the controversies and risks that have marked its history? The answer, as always, lies in the hands of its fans and Ford itself. Throughout this video, we've explored the dark side of the Ford Mustang, a legend that goes far beyond the image of power and freedom we know. We've seen how, behind the fame and success, there are controversies, technical problems, serious accidents, and environmental criticisms that few dare to talk about. From the challenges faced by specific generations to real stories of fatalities and little-known secrets, the Mustang reveals itself as a complex symbol, full of nuances and contradictions. This journey leads us to reflect. Is the Mustang just an icon of speed and excitement on the road, or does it carry a dark side that many prefer to forget? A side that shows every legend has its flaws, risks, and difficult stories, but that also fuel the passion and fascination this car inspires around the world. Now we want to hear your opinion. Have you ever had any experience with a Mustang? Do you know other stories or secrets no one has told? Leave your comment below, share your impressions, and join the conversation. After all, the Mustang is not just a car, but a living story that continues to be written by each one of us. If you enjoyed uncovering the dark side of the Ford Mustang and want to keep following revealing stories and exclusive content like this, don't forget to leave a like, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any updates and help strengthen this community of car and mystery enthusiasts. And to continue this journey, check out the videos appearing here on the screen. There are more surprising stories, detailed analyses, and curiosities that will keep your attention from start to finish. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.